Have you ever heard someone say, "Just eat more vegetables and you'll be healthy"? And you believed it. Because all your life, vegetables have been associated with health, with cleanliness, with a light-hearted feeling. But after the age of 50, things start to change quietly. Your body no longer reacts the way it did at 30 or 40. A meal that seems healthy, full of greens, can leave you feeling tired, bloated, or worse. Make your medications less effective. It's not uncommon. I've met many people who eat with strict discipline, no fried foods, no sweets, no red meat, yet their blood pressure stays high, their heartbeat irregular, and their legs still trembling. And the reason? It's right there on the plate of vegetables. In today's video, I want you to take a closer look with me at 5 types of vegetables that may seem harmless, but could be silently wearing out your heart. And more importantly, I'll show you a simple way to make changes, so you can still enjoy your greens without sacrificing your heart health. If you've ever felt like, the healthier I eat, the more exhausted I feel, this video is for you. Watch until the end, and if you find it helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can continue this journey together. Number 5. Spinach, the two-faced friend of heart health. You've probably heard it before. Spinach is a superfood, and that's not wrong. Spinach is rich in vitamin K, iron, and fiber. It's a beloved leafy green found in everything from salads to smoothies. But what few people talk about is that spinach can also quietly put strain on your heart. For those over 50 who are taking blood thinners like warfarin, eating large amounts of spinach without proper control can completely cancel out the drug's effects. That's because the vitamin K in spinach promotes blood clotting, the very thing the medication is trying to suppress to prevent strokes and clots. The issue isn't whether you eat spinach or not, it's inconsistency. Eating a lot one day and none the next disrupts the drug's ability to work effectively. And spinach doesn't just clash with medication, it can also interact negatively with other common foods. For example, combining spinach with soybeans, which are high in magnesium, chloride, and calcium sulfate, can result in the formation of magnesium oxalate and calcium oxalate, 2 insoluble compounds. The result? The development of kidney stones and even increased dental tartar in older adults. Do you drink milk to supplement calcium? Then be cautious when pairing it with spinach. The oxalic acid in spinach binds with the calcium in milk, forming calcium oxalate, a compound the body cannot absorb. This not only wastes calcium, but can also cause bloating and constipation. The same effect may occur if you eat spinach with tofu, eggs, or cheese. And there's more. Popular dishes like stir-fried spinach with leeks, which seem nutritious, can cause digestive conflict. Spinach is cooling in nature, while leeks are warming. Combined improperly, they can cause stomach pain and diarrhea, especially for those with sensitive digestion. Even cucumbers or pumpkin, when eaten with spinach, can reduce the amount of vitamin C the body gets from them. That's because the degrading enzymes in these vegetables break down valuable vitamin C, making you think the greens are nutritious, when in reality, the benefit is minimal. What about beans or sweet potatoes? When eaten with spinach, all 3, being rich in phytic acid, can form insoluble salts with calcium. This decreases calcium absorption, weakening bones even with a full diet. So, who should be cautious with this seemingly harmless vegetable? If you're low in calcium or iron, spinach can inhibit the absorption of both minerals. If you have gout, the purine content in spinach can raise uric acid levels, triggering flare-ups. And if you have a thyroid condition, be even more careful. Spinach contains goitrogens, compounds that may disrupt thyroid function when eaten too frequently without medical guidance. And here's an important note. If you're preparing for surgery, avoid spinach for several days beforehand. Its high vitamin K content can interfere with blood thinners, increasing the risk of uncontrolled bleeding during surgery. Spinach isn't inherently harmful, but it's a vegetable that must be properly understood and consumed the right way, especially when you're entering a sensitive stage of cardiovascular and digestive health. Don't let a healthy dish become a silent burden on your heart. Number 4. Pickled vegetables, a traditional dish that can be a double-edged sword for your heart and stomach. It's not uncommon for many people over the age of 50 to continue eating pickled vegetables every day. It's a dish tied to memories, to modest meals from their youth, or simply because it stimulates the appetite and makes meals more enjoyable. But here's something few people realize. Just one small plate of pickled vegetables can contain up to 1,000 milligrams of sodium, equivalent to 2/3 of the maximum recommended daily salt intake for adults. And for those with a history of high blood pressure or currently on heart medication, that amount of salt could be the last straw. Salt not only retains water in the blood vessels, increasing blood volume, but it also forces the heart to work harder to pump that blood. Blood pressure gradually rises, often without clear symptoms, until a heart attack, stroke, or silent heart failure appears. It doesn't stop there. Salt also affects your bones. When sodium enters the body in high amounts, it pulls calcium out through the urine, leading to weakening bones over time. For older adults already at risk for osteoporosis, pickled vegetables are no longer as harmless as we might think. As for digestion, pickled vegetables can overstimulate acid secretion in the stomach, especially when consumed in large quantities in one meal. For those with a history of acid reflux or stomach ulcers, this can trigger abdominal pain, heartburn, bloating, or flare up existing inflammation in the stomach lining. But the most concerning issue may lie deeper. Several studies from Japan and Turkey, two countries with strong traditions of consuming pickled foods, have shown significantly higher rates of stomach cancer among people who regularly eat salted and pickled foods. In a recent survey in Turkey, doctors found that stomach cancer patients consumed noticeably more pickled vegetables compared to those without the disease. While this doesn't yet prove a direct cause and effect relationship, the suspicious link is a silent warning we can't afford to ignore. The solution isn't to eliminate pickled vegetables. It's about the amount and the frequency. If you enjoy this dish, learn to pickle vegetables at home using less salt, eat small portions, and avoid eating them every day. At the same time, pay attention to your body. If your stomach is easily irritated, if your blood pressure remains unstable despite medication, it may be time to cut back on salt, starting with that familiar plate of pickled greens. Number 3. Red chili, a fiery flavor that can weigh down your heart. For many people, especially older adults of Asian or Latin heritage, chili isn't just a spice, it's a memory. It's the rich dipping sauce, the aroma rising from a hot, spicy soup on a winter night. But after the age of 60, the body begins to speak to us in different ways. A burning sensation after meals, a racing heart after a particularly spicy dish, or restless nights with no clear reason. The compound responsible for the heat in chili, capsaicin, is a powerful stimulant. When it contacts pain receptors in the mouth's lining, it triggers an intense burning sensation. For younger people, this might be just a sensory thrill, but for older adults, with thinner, more sensitive skin and mucosa, capsaicin can cause micro-injuries, temporary loss of taste, burning mouth pain, and even skin irritation if you touch your face after handling chili. The bigger concern, though, lies within your digestive and cardiovascular systems. Capsaicin stimulates the nervous system, increasing heart rate and boosting blood circulation. That might sound beneficial, but for someone with a weak heart or high blood pressure, this stimulation becomes a burden. The heart beats faster than usual, blood pressure spikes, and in some cases, it can lead to arrhythmia, palpitations, or shortness of breath after eating spicy food. Your digestive system doesn't escape either. Consuming large amounts of chili or eating it frequently can lead to gastric ulcers, acid reflux, and a burning sensation in the upper abdomen. Those with a history of GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, will likely notice worsening symptoms after a spicy meal. Over time, these small injuries can accumulate, resulting in chronic gastritis, abdominal pain, diarrhea, or even ulceration. For those with irritable bowel syndrome, capsaicin is a trigger that can throw the digestive system into chaos. Burning sensations, diarrhea, and cramps can all follow just one overly spicy meal. One overlooked effect of chili is its impact on sleep and mental clarity. Eating spicy food in the evening raises body temperature and stimulates the nervous system, making it harder to fall asleep or causing tossing and turning throughout the night. Long-term overconsumption can impair memory and slow mental response, a serious concern for older adults living alone or at risk of falling. And if you notice your skin breaking out or feeling rougher after eating spicy food for a few days, that's another internal warning. Spicy foods dehydrate the skin and irritate, especially in those with sensitive skin or underlying conditions like diabetes or thyroid disorders. Chili isn't bad, but after 50, your body is no longer a place to test your spice tolerance. If you love bold flavors, choose ginger, turmeric, or black pepper, warming spices that support circulation without stressing your heart or stomach. Remember, you don't need to give up flavor. Just choose what helps your body feel more at ease, more soothed, and more cared for with every meal. Number 2. Raw garlic, a powerful remedy, but not for everyone. Garlic has long been praised as a natural miracle drug. Some even treat eating raw garlic daily as a health ritual. But like any potent remedy, garlic, especially in its raw form, can be both a lifesaver and a double-edged sword if used by the wrong person or in the wrong dose. The first thing you may feel right after eating raw garlic is an intense burning sensation in your mouth. This happens because allicin, garlic's main active compound, breaks down and binds to pain receptors in the mucosa. For those with thin or weakened mucous membranes, particularly older adults, eating raw garlic can cause temporary loss of taste, tongue irritation, or even mild burns in the mouth. Some have described the feeling as swallowing a small flame each morning. That burning is one thing, but it's your digestive system that bears the brunt. Raw garlic can cause bloating, nausea, acid reflux, and significant stomach irritation, especially for people with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or acid reflux. A large amount of raw garlic that isn't fully absorbed can ferment in the colon, creating gas, pressure, cramps, diarrhea, or prolonged abdominal discomfort. For older adults with already weakened digestion, this can leave them drained all day just from a few seemingly harmless garlic slices. Garlic doesn't only affect you internally, it can irritate the skin if applied too long. There have been cases of blistering and mild burns from using garlic topically to kill bacteria, only to leave it on too long or in too high a concentration. Another concerning effect is garlic's blood-thinning property. In moderation, this supports heart health. But if you're on anticoagulants like aspirin or warfarin, eating raw garlic daily, especially in large amounts, can increase the risk of serious bleeding, including nosebleeds, blood pressure drops, or internal hemorrhaging without warning. There are medical reports of patients bleeding excessively after surgery, even in simple procedures, the cause traced back to weeks of daily raw garlic consumption. Another person developed widespread bruising with no clear cause after using supplements containing concentrated garlic and fish oil. And let's not forget a common but inconvenient side effect: strong, pungent breath and lingering body odor after eating raw garlic. Sulfur compounds don't just linger briefly. They enter your bloodstream, escape through your pores, and can be noticeable to others even hours later. This can make social interaction uncomfortable, especially if you're involved in community activities or caring for young children. Garlic remains a vital part of many culinary traditions and cultures, but it's not suitable for everyone or every situation. If you're preparing for surgery, taking heart medication, experiencing digestive issues, or simply have a sensitive stomach, opt for cooked garlic, lightly sautéed garlic, or garlic blended into meals to reduce its harsh effects. Sometimes eating less is exactly what allows garlic to truly be a good friend, rather than an uninvited guest, causing turmoil inside your body. Number 1. Bean sprouts, a refreshing dish full of risks for older adults. Bean sprouts, a seemingly simple, inexpensive, and easy-to-find food, often appear on the dinner table of many elderly households. With their pale white color and fresh, crunchy texture, many people believe bean sprouts are clean vegetables because they're grown from soaked beans, requiring no soil or chemicals. But there's a truth few pay attention to. Raw bean sprouts are among the most bacteria-prone foods, posing a serious threat to immune systems that have weakened with age. Bean sprouts are typically germinated in warm, moist environments, the perfect conditions for bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, or Listeria to thrive. These bacteria can cling to the sprout's surface, invisible to the naked eye, and if eaten raw, they can enter the stomach and bloodstream, causing diarrhea, fever, dehydration, or even endocarditis in individuals with underlying health conditions. While young people may only experience mild discomfort for a few days, older adults with weak immunity can face hospitalization, cardiovascular complications, or even death if the infection is not detected early. Beyond bacterial contamination, bean sprouts also pose risks to those with allergies. Since they are made from legumes such as mung beans, soybeans, or black beans, they can trigger severe allergic reactions in people sensitive to legumes. Itching, hives, swelling of the lips and throat, difficulty breathing, all are possible, and in severe cases can escalate into anaphylactic shock, a life-threatening emergency requiring immediate treatment. The risks don't stop there. Bean sprouts are also considered cooling in nature, meaning they can cause stomach chills, bloating, or diarrhea, especially when eaten raw or on an empty stomach. Older adults with weak digestion, frequent abdominal pain, or bowel issues, especially those with colitis or irritable bowel syndrome, should be especially cautious. In these cases, bean sprouts should only be eaten when thoroughly cooked, such as in stir-fries or soups, and not eaten raw or barely cooked. Bean sprouts are also not suitable for those suffering from gout. These sprouts contain purines, compounds that, when metabolized, produce uric acid. If uric acid levels in the blood rise too high, small crystals can form in the joints, causing swelling and stabbing pain, a hallmark symptom of gout. For those at risk or with a history of gout, consuming large amounts of bean sprouts over time may worsen the condition. For individuals with kidney disease, the concern lies in potassium content. Bean sprouts can contain relatively high levels of potassium, and if the kidneys are unable to filter it properly, potassium can build up in the blood, leading to arrhythmia, muscle weakness, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. Moreover, bean sprouts may interfere with medication efficacy, especially herbal remedies. Many traditional medicine practitioners warn that the strong detoxifying properties of sprouts can neutralize or diminish the effectiveness of certain treatments when consumed at the same time. Therefore, if you are undergoing any medical treatment, do not casually add bean sprouts to your meals. Always consult your doctor or a qualified nutritionist first. Bean sprouts are delicious, but they are not the right choice for everyone. Sometimes the most humble dishes can carry the greatest risks if we don't truly understand our bodies. Perhaps after watching this video, you'll look at those familiar vegetables on your plate with a new perspective, not out of fear, but with a deeper understanding of your body after the age of 50. We're not asking you to give up your favorite foods. We just hope you learn how to eat in a safe way, so your heart can rest a little more gently after each meal. If you found this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe so we can continue this journey with you every day. And don't forget to leave a comment, sharing what resonated with you the most. We're always listening. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Wishing you peace, good health, and the ability to find balance in every simple, nourishing meal.